All right, I want this side of the room to say lovely, and I want this side of the room to say day. Yes, it is. It is so great to see this room full of familiar faces and a few new friends as well, all committed to making sure that youth continue to play, to have joy, and to find belonging. You know, before I move on, I would be remiss if I did not thank our two title sponsors for today. Fox Sports, where's Mark and Wendy? Fox Sports right here. They have been with us since the beginning. They have used their platform to elevate play equity and the importance of sport, play, and movement. Fox Sports, thank you for what you do. Jenny, thank you for being here. And our newest partner, Telemundo. Let's give a round of applause for Andres and Telemundo. They are going to be great MCs to steward us through this story, so thank you both for being here. It's customary. The LA84 Foundation is the house that the Olympics built, and we have a tradition of always acknowledging and recognizing the Olympic and Paralympic athletes that are with us today. So if you're an Olympian, a Paralympian, if you can stand or raise your hand, and let's turn the lights on so that we can celebrate these extraordinary human beings, these extraordinary athletes that represent Team USA. Please, round of applause for these Olympians. Can we raise the lights so we can see these Olympians? And I'd also be remiss if I did not acknowledge and recognize my board of directors for the Play Equity Fund and the LA84 Foundation. I have to tell you, they are the best board members that any CEO can have. I see them here. I see Bill. I see Gina. I see Lisa. I see Wendy. I see Stephanie. I think there's two Wendys here. Thank you guys for everything that you do to make this happen and to continue the legacy of the 1984 Olympic Games. Round of applause for my board. Now look, before we talk about World Cup and the Olympic Games and all the big, beautiful spectacle, I want to start with another thank you. Thanks to each and every one of you in this room. That I know that there are a lot of demands on your time and you can choose to be anywhere, but you choose to be here, and we're grateful that you did. And I can guarantee you it's going to be well worth your while, because we have got an extraordinary lineup of speakers and some great content for you. And together, we want to do three things. We want to educate you on what's real, we want to inspire you with what's possible, and we want to connect you to each other and to the things that we can do together to ensure that these global sporting events continue to invest and leave legacy in the kids and the communities who need them most. Oh, and we're going to have fun, because DJ Puffs is in the house. Yes. But before any of that, I want to take you to the smallest, most powerful stadium in America, the schoolyard at recess and the block on your street. No sponsorship, no VIP section, no media rights deal. Just kids figuring out who they are, how to belong, and how to get up after they fall. This is why play matters. This is how kids become life ready. And this is exactly why we're here today. But let's zoom out. We all know that we're living in the golden age of spectacle. Billion-dollar media deals, packed stadiums, tickets for which most families can't afford. And now we've got Super Bowl games breaking out at Bad Bunny concerts? Right? But look, I'm not mad at it. I am the CEO of the LA84 Foundation. I get to steward the honor of stewarding the legacy of the 1984 Summer Olympic Games. My board knows this. I'm contractually obligated to appreciate a good opening ceremonies. For real, I do. But here's the tension that we need to name, and we need to name it out loud. The spectacle is thriving, but the grassroots system underneath it that's supposed to get kids access, that's where we're failing. Youth sports in this country has become a marketplace, and a massive one, estimated at nearly $20 billion. And we all know that the default model is pay to play. Fees, travel, uniforms, private trainers, tournament weekends that require a flexible job and an understanding boss, and trunks permanently filled with folding chairs, cleats, sunscreen, and unmet financial goals. And now we have private equity here, and let's be clear, it's not because they hate kids. They're looking for cash flow and 20% returns. Memberships, facilities, tournaments, parking, data. For them, the math is real. But let's be clear. The only PE that belongs in youth sports is play equity. Yes, a round of applause for play equity. That is the true value of sports. And look, don't get me started on technology. Our kids are spending an average of 7.5 hours a day on social media, scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, where curated perfection, constant comparison, and FOMO is doing real damage to erode our kids' confidence, connection, and mental health. This is why the work in front of us is so important. Because kids who most need sport and play, the ones who need joy, belonging, and inclusion as protective factors, those are the ones that are most likely priced out, pushed out, or left out. And here's what I believe matters most, and I hope each and every one of you believe this too. The future of a better system will not be built by technology. Everybody's up in arms and excited about AI. Me? I'm excited about HI, human infrastructure. Yes, human infrastructure, trusted adults, better coaching, safer neighborhoods, local organizations, maybe quieter parents. That part. Places where kids feel safe, where they feel connected, where they feel supported. We don't need more digital solutions. We need more human ones, built person to person. And look, this matters for the business of sports too. Community shouldn't be the backdrop. Community should be the strategy. Where do you think the future fan is coming from? And if kids aren't playing, I'll leave it to each and every one of you to ponder that question. Look, I know because I've traveled across this country. You've got community clubs, park programs, girls' organizations, disability inclusion programs, coaches working 3 jobs, and grassroots nonprofits struggling to keep the lights on. They are the ones holding the promise of access together. And what do they need from this room? They need more partnership. They need more investment. They need more access. We all need a better system, a new set of rules where access is normal, not exceptional. And many of you in this room know it's personal for me. Before youth sports became an industrial complex, it was just kids, a schoolyard, a block, and adults keeping an eye on us. That's how I came up. My first elite training facility, the street outside my house, and a cracked tennis court at Carson High School. Man, I was kind of cute, wasn't I? No shoes, no helmet, no knee pads, and cut-off jeans. Man, I'm country. Well, look, the street outside my block is my first elite training facility. And adults my mom trusted enough to let us stay out and run around until the street lights came on. Enslow Drive and the DA. That is where I learned to run a tight down and out route that twisted some ankles for sure. Boys would come to my door to knock, and my mom thought they were for my brother. They're like, no, we want Renata. She is the wide receiver du jour. But seriously, not once was my mom asked for a monthly fee. They asked, is she safe? Is she coming back? Is she learning? Is she part of us? That's belonging. Now, I know what some of you are thinking and maybe whispering to your neighbor, Renata, that sounds so sweet, so nostalgic. It's different now. You're right. It is. But the things kids need, that hasn't changed. They still need places where they can play, with caring and well-trained coaches, where they can try and fail without judgment. Yes, where joy is not a luxury, but it's part of how they thrive. And that is exactly the point of Beyond Spectacle, Play Because It Matters. We're not here to shame the business of sport. We're here to ask more of it, because we believe that purpose and profit can grow together. It should grow together. You know, in 1984, Peter Ueberroth and civic leaders across this country proved something powerful, that a major sporting event could do more than just dazzle the world. It can leave an investment, a legacy of investment in young people for decades. If we have brought this world just a little bit closer, then perhaps we have staged a successful Olympic Games, and in a small way, have built a brighter future for all the children in the world. August 12th, 1984. Those are the words that Peter Ueberroth left us at the closing ceremonies of those games. That's the legacy we inherited, but we've scaled it with urgency, with intention, and with collaboration. We created the Play Equity Fund as our charitable arm. We engaged in partnerships with the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission, and many of you in this room. We've turned sporting moments into a movement to close the play equity gap. The U.S. Amateur of Golf, the Super Bowl, the college football playoffs, turning spectacle into a platform for system change. And now, we're doing it again with the World Cup. Not as a one-off, as a blueprint, as a model. Because let's be clear, for legacy to matter, we have to do more than just fund programs. We have to strengthen the ecosystem itself with community voice at the center. How decisions get made, how money flows, how coaches are developed, how we treat play as a public good. So, as we head toward the World Cup in just 69 days, and then the Super Bowl right after that, and then the Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2028, we, all of us in this room, we have a once-in-a-generational opportunity to align the biggest moments in sport with the most basic promise of childhood, that every kid deserves to play. Not because they'll go pro, not because they'll get a scholarship, and certainly not because they're a commodity, but because they are kids. And play is how kids build confidence, friendship, resilience. Play is how they become ready for life. So, Andre said it, today is about commitment. So our task today is not just to understand the problem, it's to act and to think differently. We need to continue to fund what works. We need to change what doesn't, and we need to build together what's missing. And look, looking around this room, this might be the most sneaker-qualified room in America. So we might as well just go do it. Let's celebrate Pele's joy. Let's reflect on Mandela's dignity. And let's learn from Ueberroth's model. And wait a minute, before anybody says, Renata, that's a lot of men, please know that Kelly Nascimento, Brandy Chastain, Anita DeFrance, and Julie Ehrman are in the building, and they're about to enter the chat. Yes, round of applause for my ladies. So today, family, let's get practical about what we know can make a difference. Policy, capital, trust, community. And let's make sure that this doesn't stay a nice conversation in a beautiful room, right? Let's make sure this doesn't stay a nice conversation in a beautiful room. Let's move beyond spectacle, and let's invest in what we know last, the places, the people, and the new models that will ensure all kids can thrive. Let's play because it matters. Thank you.